Hey Lucent beings, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of human psychology. Did you know that the way we think, feel, and act is influenced by some truly mind-blowing psychological phenomena? Well, buckle up, because we're about to explore 28 psychological facts about human behavior that will make you see yourself and others in a whole new light. 1. Let's start with the halo effect. Ever noticed how we tend to assume that someone who's good at one thing, like being attractive, must also be good at other things, like being smart or kind? Yep, that's the halo effect in action. 2. Confirmation bias. We all have a tendency to seek out information that confirms what we already believe. It's like our brains are saying, "Don't confuse me with the facts." A person scrolling through social media, seeing only posts that confirm their beliefs. 3. The placebo effect. Believe it or not, just thinking something will work, like a pill or treatment, can sometimes make us feel better. The mind is powerful. 4. Cognitive dissonance. It's that uncomfortable feeling we get when our actions don't match our beliefs. And guess what? We often change our beliefs just to feel better about what we've done. 5. Here's a fun one, the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. Ever noticed how once you learn about something new, you start seeing it everywhere? Like when you buy a car and suddenly notice the same model all over the road. 6. Now this one's a bit unsettling, the bystander effect. The more people around in an emergency, the less likely any one person is to help. It's called diffusion of responsibility, and it's why we all need to step up when we see someone in trouble. 7. Here's something we've all felt. The spotlight effect. We tend to think everyone's paying way more attention to us than they actually are. Example like, a person nervously checking their appearance, thinking everyone's watching them. 8. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect. Ever met someone who's not great at something but thinks they're amazing? A person confidently overestimating their skills, while another underestimates theirs. On the flip side, truly skilled people often underestimate their abilities. 9. Here's a heartwarming one, emotional contagion. A person catching a friend's laughter and starting to laugh too. Emotions are contagious. Ever caught a friend's laughter or felt down after talking to someone who's upset? That's your brain mirroring their emotions. 10. That's the Zeigarnik effect. At work, we remember unfinished tasks or stories better than completed ones. It's why binge watching is so addictive. 11th. Here's a sneaky one. The anchoring effect. The first piece of information we get, like a price, can heavily influence our decisions. A person shopping, influenced by the first price they see. That's why salespeople always start high. 12th. Ever missed something obvious right in front of you? That's selective attention. A person missing something obvious in their surroundings. Our brains focus on certain things while ignoring others. It's why you can miss a gorilla walking through a basketball game. 13. Here's a parenting tip, the over-justification effect. Rewarding someone for something they already enjoy can actually kill their motivation. So be careful with those gold stars, like a child losing interest in a hobby after being rewarded for it. 14. That's the fundamental attribution error. Ever judged someone's character instead of considering their situation? A person blaming someone else's character instead of the situation. We're quick to blame personality but slow to consider circumstances. 15. Here's a fun fact, the mere exposure effect. The more we're exposed to something, a song, a person, an idea, the more we tend to like it. A person liking a song more after hearing it multiple times. Familiarity breeds fondness. 16. Illusion of transparency. Ever felt like everyone could read your mind? We overestimate how well others understand our thoughts and feelings. 17. Here's a tough one. The sunk cost fallacy. We keep investing in something, time, money, effort, just because we've already put so much into it, even when it's no longer worth it. Example like, a person sticking with a bad investment because they've already put money into it. 18. Ever worried about something just because you heard about it? A person fearing plane crashes after hearing about one on the news. That's the availability heuristic. We judge the likelihood of events based on how easily examples come to mind. 19. Here's a memory hack. The primacy and recency effects. A person remembering the first and last items on a shopping list. We remember the first and last items in a list better than the middle ones. Use that to your advantage. 20. The false consensus effect. Ever thought everyone shared your opinion? A person overestimating how much others agree with them. We tend to overestimate how much others agree with us. 21. Here's a quirky one. The endowment effect. A person valuing their old beat-up car more than it's worth. We will value things more simply because we own them. That's why your old beat-up car feels priceless. 22nd. Paradox of choice. Ever felt paralyzed by too many options? A person overwhelmed by too many choices at a store. 23rd. Here's a self-protective one. The self-serving bias. A person blaming external factors for their failures. We tend to take credit for our successes, but blame external factors for our failures. 24. The Barnum effect. Ever felt like a horoscope was written just for you? A person reading a horoscope and nodding in agreement. We believe vague general statements about ourselves are highly accurate. 25. Here's a classic. The hindsight bias. A person saying, "I knew it all along," after an event. After something happens, we convince ourselves we knew it all along. 26. The scarcity principle. Ever felt the urge to buy something just because it's limited? A person rushing to buy a limited edition product. We want what's hard to get. 27. Here's a subtle one. The chameleon effect. A person unconsciously mimicking their friends' gestures. We unconsciously mimic others' behaviors to build rapport. It's like social glue. 28th. And finally, the peak end rule. A person remembering just the best and worst moments of a vacation. We judge experiences based on how we felt at the peak and the end, not the overall experience. So, make those moments count. And there you have it. 28 psychological facts about human behavior that explain so much about how we think, feel, and act. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Lucent Beings for more mind-blowing content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.